right, welcome. This is the Week 11 recap. My name is Tim Hildebrandt. Damn pissed that I have to do this stupid thing. Thought I'd never have to do one of these. Usually I always have a decent amount of points, but today I am the loser of the week. And I'll be doing the recap today. I'm not going to go through, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm not going to go through each of the games. You guys can read the recaps. You guys can check out the scores and look at everything there. What I'd like to do here is go through kind of my top 5 takeaways for the 2014 fantasy season so far. Going a little bit of a rant. About fantasy football and kind of where we're at in this season. It's been an amazing year so far. It seems like everybody is still in the hunt for the playoffs. It's almost anybody's game. There's four teams that have been able to clinch playoff berths, but everybody else from Spoon, Sam, Wah, everybody is in the hunt. I'm probably not going to be in the playoffs, to be honest with you, but we'll see. Anything can happen. So I'd like to launch now in the top 5 takeaways of the year. All right, we really need a fab budget. For those of you who don't know, a fab budget is a free agent acquisition budget. It's kind of a pool of fake money that you get at the start of the year, and you use it each week to blind bid on free agents or players on waivers. So basically, instead of using the waiver priority, we actually can get the players that we want through the waiver process and not have to worry about our waiver priority, not have to wake up at the crack of dawn to get our players. We can actually, bid on the players that we want. People that are smart with their budget, are smart with how they spend money, can excel in this type of format. We need to move to the fab budget. Almost every league does it now. It's important. It's to move to the fab budget next year. All right, number 4, never, ever, ever take a week off. Never take a 0. I shouldn't be saying this because it actually paid dividends for me last week when Yoder took a 0 on his team and pretty much gave up the week. In the end, he probably couldn't have beat me anyway, but still, it's stupid to take a 0. He's got 2 players on his bench that will never, ever play. Both Adrian Peterson and LeGarrette Blount will not play this year. Peterson hit his kid. There's no way the NFL is going to let him back in the league. And Blount's just a effing idiot. He's stupid. He's a duck. He sucks. You should never take a 0. Lesson learned. All right, number 3. Number 3 is that fantasy defenses are completely random and unpredictable. It's amazing how real good defenses in regular football and real football are not always the defenses that you want to play, and shitty, crappy defenses are ones that you might want to play, but who knows if they actually produce for you or not. It's a completely random thing. It's all based on getting random turnovers, getting very lucky. It's introducing a lot of luck in our league. I'd wish we didn't have to play with defenses. It's something that we should move on from. A great example is this week when Tampa Bay, which is one of the worst defenses in the entire league, is second in points, 22 points. It has nothing to do with them at all. They just played shitty RG3. But it's kind of unpredictable. The same thing goes for Green Bay. They played one of the best offenses in the league in Philadelphia, and they put up 24 points. Completely random. Some of the best defenses in the league, meanwhile, had decent matchups, but put 3 or 4 points on the board. And if you look at the distribution of all of our teams and the defenses that we played last week, we had one of the top defenses, but then we had some of the bottom defenses as well. So it's completely random. It needs to be done from fantasy football. Defenses suck in fantasy football. All right, number two. Number two is that running backs have been completely garbage this year. Completely garbage. It's been amazing to see the lack of consistency in the running back position. There's really been, maybe five running backs that have been really good. The rest have been, really just average, really just guys. Those five running backs, five or six running backs are Murray, Forte, Bell, Charles, and maybe Lynch. Maybe you can put Foster in there as well. But everybody else is kind of, really hit or miss, very, very, very garbage. It's, a great example of this is last week. There's only four running backs that even scored a touchdown. And one of those running backs had, four touchdowns. The rest of them combined had another four touchdowns. But all those running backs only scored, all the running backs everybody started this week, and the running backs people didn't start, out of everybody, only four touchdowns were scored. And that's amazing to see. It's really good for those people that have those top five running backs, and you're really in the driver's seat for the playoffs if you have one of those guys. But if you don't, you're kind of screwed. All right, number one. Number one is that we play in a damn competitive league, and it's effing awesome. It's amazing to see that every team in this league is still in the playoff hunt, still has a chance to win the title from top to bottom. It's been a competitive league. Even the bottom teams are still very good, what I consider very good teams. Spoon's team has some of the best receivers in the league. He's had some bad luck. Waz team is very competitive. Every team is competitive and has a chance to win the title. Probably won't be me this year. Too many players have either been cut or injured or ineffective. But who knows? Who knows what can happen in this crazy fantasy football game? Anything can happen any week, and that's what makes it so fun. You guys have been awesome. It's been great to see you this year. Sucks being kind of the bottom points this week, but who knows what happens next week. One other note, love to say that Beaver football had a huge win last week against Arizona State. For those of us that were there, it was a great celebration. It's been tough to be a Beaver fan this year, and I wish there was more optimism in this fan base right now. It's tough to go through this, but we're going to be better for it in the long run, and we've seen much worse in the past. We have Washington and the Ducks coming up. Need to be competitive in these games, and I always think if we have a chance to win, it'd be effing amazing if we beat the Ducks this year. And who knows, it may happen, it may not, but it's to knock them off the playoff hunt would be fantastic. So good luck to everybody in the rest of the fantasy football season. Hope you enjoy the Week 11 recap. This is Tim signing off.